The Startling Painting by Dostoyevsky. The picture represented Christ, who has only just been taken from the cross. I believe artists usually paint Christ both on the cross and after he has been taken from the cross, still with extraordinary beauty of face. They strive to preserve that beauty even in his most terrible agonies. In Rogozin's picture, there is no trace of beauty. It is in every detail the corpse of a man who has endured infinite agony before the crucifixion, who has been wounded, tortured, beaten by the guards and the people when he carried the cross on his back and fell beneath its weight, and after that has undergone the agony of crucifixion, lasting for 6 hours at least, according to my reckoning. It's true, it's the face of a man only just taken from the cross, that is to say, still bearing traces of warmth and life. Nothing is rigid in it yet, so that there's still a look of suffering in the face of the dead man, as though he were still feeling it. That has been very well caught by the artist. Yet the face has not been spared in the least. It is simply nature, and the corpse of a man, whoever he might be, must really look like that after such suffering. I know that the Christian Church laid it down, even in the early ages, that Christ's suffering was not symbolic but actual, and that his body was therefore fully and completely subject to the laws of nature on the cross. In the picture, the face is fearfully crushed by blows, swollen, covered with fearful, swollen and blood-stained bruises. The eyes are open and squinting, the great wide-open whites of the eyes glittering with a sort of deathly, ghastly light. But strange to say, as one looks at this corpse of a tortured man, a peculiar and curious question arises. If just such a corpse, and it must have been just like that, was seen by all his disciples, by those who were to become his chief apostles, by the women that followed him and stood by the cross, by all who believed in him and worshipped him, how could they believe that that martyr would rise again? The question instinctively arises. If death is so awful and the laws of nature so mighty, how can they be overcome? How can they be overcome when even he did not conquer them? He who vanquished nature in his lifetime, who exclaimed, "Maiden, arise!" and the maiden arose. "Lazarus, come forth!" and the dead man came forth. Looking at such a picture, one conceives of nature in the shape of an immense, merciless, dumb beast, or more correctly, much more correctly, speaking though it sounds strange, in the form of a huge machine of the most modern construction which, dull and insensitive, has aimlessly clutched, crushed, and swallowed up a great priceless being, a being worth all nature and its laws, worth the whole earth, which was created perhaps solely for the sake of the advent of that being. Well, thank you so much for listening. I love you guys, as Tigger says. Ta ta for now.